Listen to me, the first step to taking control of your life is to wake up to who you really are . Before you can change your situation, you've got to face yourself. You've got to look in the mirror and stop pretending like you don't see what's holding you back. I'm not talking about waking up when the alarm clock goes off. I'm talking about waking up inside . Because some of you've been awake physically, but asleep mentally, asleep spiritually, asleep emotionally. You go through the motions every day, but you're not aware . You don't see the potential in you. You don't recognize the habits that are slowly stealing your dream. See, self-awareness is your real alarm clock. You can't fix what you won't face. You can't grow past what you refuse to acknowledge. Every time you ignore the truth about your habits, every time you look away from your weaknesses, you're hitting the snooze button on your purpose. You keep telling yourself you'll change when things get better, but that's not how growth works. Things get better because you change. You've got to wake up to your own patterns, the way you procrastinate, the way you talk yourself out of opportunities, the way you keep saying, "I'll start tomorrow." You've got to see that for what it is, a cycle that keeps you stuck. Some of you have convinced yourselves that you're doing your best, but deep down you know you've been playing small. You know you've got more in you. You know you've got another level, but you've been distracted by social media, by people who don't have your vision, by comfort. You've been putting your energy into things that don't move you forward, and then you wonder why you feel stuck. It's not that you're not capable. It's not that you're not smart enough. It's that you haven't woken up to what's actually holding you down. And when you finally wake up, really wake up, everything changes because awareness gives you choice. You can't change what you don't see, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. When you realize that your time is being wasted on things that don't grow you, you start cutting them off. When you see that your energy is being drained by negativity, you start protecting your peace. When you become aware that every excuse is costing you an opportunity, you stop making them. That's what taking control looks like, not blaming the world, not waiting for luck, but opening your eyes to what's within your control right now. Some people are waiting for motivation to come knocking. Let me tell you something, motivation doesn't wake you up, clarity does. When you know who you are, when you understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your patterns, you stop moving blind. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop letting life happen to you and start happening to life. That's when you begin to take control, not when you have everything figured out, but when you're finally honest enough to say, "This is where I am and this is where I need to grow." So wake up. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Wake up to your gifts, your potential, your responsibility. Stop sleeping on the person you were created to be. Because the moment you open your eyes to who you really are, the world can no longer keep you small. It's time to stop dreaming about change and start becoming it. Wake up and take control. Everybody wants freedom. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants to be in control of their life. But very few people are willing to pay the price that freedom demands. You keep saying you want to live life on your terms, but you can't do that without discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not the dream that makes the difference. It's the discipline to keep showing up when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when nobody's clapping for you, when no one's watching. You've got to understand something. Freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. That's chaos. Real freedom is when you've got control over your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Real freedom is when you can say no to temptation, when you can tell yourself enough and mean it. When you can choose purpose over pleasure, consistency over comfort, and progress over excuses. Discipline doesn't trap you, it frees you. It gives you power over your own life. See, some of you are slaves to your habits, your distractions, your laziness. You keep saying, "I'll do it later." but later turns into never. You're stuck in the same patterns, not because you don't have talent, but because you don't have control. You let your emotions make decisions your mind should be making. You let your mood dictate your effort. You can't get to greatness like that. If you only grind when you feel good, you'll never grow. You've got to learn how to move with purpose even when motivation fades, because discipline is what carries you when feelings fall short. You've got to treat discipline like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time you wake up early, it's hard. The first time you say no to distraction, it's uncomfortable. The first time you stay consistent when it would be easier to quit, it hurts. But every time you push through, every time you hold yourself accountable, you're building power. You're proving to yourself that you can be trusted. Because that's what discipline really is, self-trust. When you tell yourself you're going to do something and you follow through, you build confidence. You don't need validation from others, because you've proven to yourself that you've got what it takes. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Everyone has vision, everyone talks about goals. But the disciplined ones, they execute. They show up when it's raining, when it's cold, when the world says it's impossible. They don't wait for perfect conditions because they understand there's no such thing. They just decide that excuses aren't an option anymore. They decide to do the hard things now so they can live the life they want later. That's freedom, the freedom to choose your future instead of being controlled by your past. You say you want success, then act like it. You say you want change, then show it. Stop talking about what you're going to do and start disciplining yourself to do it. Wake up earlier, study longer, work smarter, train your mind to push past the noise, the laziness, the fear. Every time you say yes to discipline, you say yes to your destiny. Every time you delay comfort, you bring yourself closer to control. Because at the end of the day, discipline is not punishment, it's preparation. It's the process that molds you into the person your dreams are waiting for. So don't just chase freedom, earn it. Because once you learn to master yourself, nobody and nothing can master you. That's real control. Let me tell you something, excuses don't build futures, actions do. You can talk about what you want all day, you can dream, you can plan, you can pray, but until you move, nothing changes. The world doesn't respond to your intentions, it responds to your execution. Too many people are sitting on greatness, waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right situation. But here's the truth, there is no perfect time, there is only now. And while you're waiting, life is moving on without you. Every excuse you make is just a delay tactic, and every delay costs you progress. You've got to stop treating your goals like they'll wait for you. They won't. You say you want success, but success isn't patient. It doesn't sit around waiting for you to be ready. It rewards the ones who take action, even when they're uncertain, even when they're scared. The ones who decide that excuses aren't welcome anymore. Because excuses feel good in the moment they comfort you, they justify your lack of movement, but they rob you blind in the long run. They steal time, energy, and opportunity, and when you finally realize what they've taken, it's too late to get it back. You've got to stop telling yourself that life's unfair, that you don't have enough time, that you don't have the right support. Everybody's got something they're dealing with. Everybody's fighting a battle. The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck isn't the challenge, it's the response. One person uses obstacles as an excuse, the other uses them as fuel. You've got to decide which one you're going to be, because the truth is, the more excuses you make, the weaker you become. But the more action you take, the stronger you get. See, some of you are waiting for motivation to strike before you act. That's not how it works. Motivation doesn't create movement. Asterisk movement creates motivation. Asterisk when you start doing the work, even when you don't feel like it, momentum kicks in. And that momentum, that's what changes everything. You start seeing small wins. You start gaining confidence. And before you know it, you're no longer the person who needs motivation. You've become the person who asterisk inspires asterisk it. You've got to stop making room for excuses in your vocabulary. I'm tired. It's hard. I don't know where to start. Those are comfort phrases, and comfort kills potential. You've got to replace them with action words. Let's go. I'll figure it out. I'll learn. You've got to reprogram your mind to stop running from work and start respecting it. Because the moment you stop negotiating with yourself, the moment you stop giving your excuses a vote in your decisions, that's when your life shifts. Understand this, nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's going to call you one morning and say, "Congratulations, your dream is ready." You've got to go out and take it. You've got to fight for it. You've got to be willing to do what others won't so you can live how others can't. Every day you have a choice, make an excuse or make progress, and every choice compounds. You don't lose control overnight, you lose it one excuse at a time. But the same way, you take control back one action at a time. So stop waiting for perfect. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Stop saying someday. Someday is not on the calendar. The only day that matters is today. Your excuses can't build your dream, only your effort can. It's time to take action right now with what you've got where you are, because when you move, life moves with you. You can't wake up mentally if you're surrounded by things and people that keep you asleep. Let's be real, your environment has power. The people you talk to, the places you go, the habits you repeat, they all shape your energy, your focus, your drive. Some of you are trying to change your life while staying in the same environment that broke you. You say you want to grow, but you keep watering your roots in toxic soil. You can't expect to become your best self while breathing in negativity every single day. Your environment either pushes you toward your purpose or pulls you back into your past. It's that simple. If the people around you don't challenge you, they're chaining you. If the spaces you spend time in don't inspire you, they're draining you. Sometimes it's not that you're lazy or unmotivated, it's that you're surrounded by people who don't see what you see. You're trying to build while they're trying to chill. You're talking about goals while they're talking about gossip. You're thinking about your future while they're stuck in their comfort zone. And if you don't wake up to that, you'll start matching their energy instead of protecting your own. You've got to understand, environment isn't just about physical space, it's mental and emotional too. What you consume matters, what you listen to, what you watch, what you read, it's all shaping your mindset. If every day you're filling your head with negativity, comparing yourself to people online, or listening to voices that say you can't do it, don't be surprised when you start believing it. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it grows. You can't expect peace when you're feeding it chaos. You can't expect focus when you're drowning it in distractions. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing you've outgrown certain environments. It doesn't mean you're better than anyone. It means you're becoming aware of what you need to reach your next level. You can't hang around small-minded people and expect to think big. You can't keep revisiting old habits and expect new results. You've got to separate yourself from the noise long enough to hear your own thoughts. That's where clarity comes from. That's where power begins, when you start choosing environments that align with your purpose instead of your comfort. But listen, changing your environment doesn't always mean packing up and leaving. Sometimes it means changing how you show up in the spaces you're already in. It means setting boundaries. It means refusing to engage in conversations that don't feed your vision. It means surrounding yourself with books, music, mentors, and energy that lift you higher. You can create a new environment with your decisions, even if you can't change your location. Because the real environment that matters most is the one inside you. You've got to protect your space like your future depends on it, because it does. The wrong circle will have you doubting yourself. The wrong atmosphere will have you settling, but the right environment, it'll wake you up, it'll stretch you, it'll make you uncomfortable in the best way. It'll force you to level up, to see yourself differently, to demand more from your life. So take a hard look at your surroundings. Ask yourself, is this environment growing me or keeping me asleep? Are the people I'm with pushing me toward purpose or pulling me into distraction? Because once you change your environment, you change your energy, and when your energy changes, everything around you does too. It's time to rise above the noise, build your atmosphere of growth, and wake up to the power that comes from choosing the space where your future can finally breathe. Everybody wants the victory, but nobody wants the pain that comes with it. You can't talk about greatness and skip over the struggle. You can't pray for strength and then complain when life gives you situations that require you to be strong. Pain is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It's the alarm clock that wakes you up to who you really are. Most people run from pain because they think it's punishment, but it's not. Pain is asterisk preparation. Asterisk, it's shaping you, stretching you, and forcing you to grow in ways comfort never could. You've got to stop looking at pain like it's something that's happening asterisk to asterisk you and start seeing it as something that's happening asterisk for asterisk you. That disappointment, that failure, that heartbreak, it's not there to destroy you, it's there to develop you. It's revealing parts of you that you didn't even know existed. When life hits you, it's not trying to break you, it's trying to build you. It's trying to see if you're going to fold under pressure or rise with purpose, because everybody looks strong when things are easy, but who are you when everything falls apart? That's the real test. Some of you have been praying for a breakthrough, but you don't realize your breakthrough comes through asterisk pressure. Asterisk, you keep asking for blessings, but blessings don't come wrapped in comfort. They come wrapped in challenges. Every successful person you admire went through pain. They didn't escape it, they embraced it. They used it, they turned their frustration into focus, their heartbreak into hunger, their losses into lessons. That's what separates the ones who talk about success from the ones who live it. They understand that pain is the price you pay for progress. You've got to stop letting pain make you bitter and start letting it make you better. Stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Because there's always a lesson in the hurt if you're willing to look for it. Sometimes the pain is showing you that your circle isn't right. Sometimes it's teaching you that you've been too comfortable. Sometimes it's reminding you that you've been playing small. Whatever it is, don't waste it. Don't go through pain and come out empty. If you're going to hurt, at least get something out of it. Let that pain push you into purpose. Let it fuel your discipline, your focus, your drive. You've got to understand, pain introduces you to the version of yourself that ease never will. When everything is smooth, you don't have to dig deep. But when life gets heavy, when things don't go your way, when the plan falls apart, that's when you find out who you are. That's when you discover your resilience, your strength, your fight. And once you see that version of you, you can't go back to living weak. Pain forces you to evolve. It strips away the excuses, the ego, the fear. It exposes what's fake and brings out what's real. So the next time you face pain, don't run from it. Face it head on, feel it, learn from it, grow through it. Because if you handle pain the right way, it becomes power. It becomes clarity. It becomes motivation. The same pain that once made you cry will one day make you proud, proud that you didn't quit, proud that you didn't fold, proud that you used what tried to break you to build something unstoppable inside you. So don't curse the pain, asterisk convert it. Asterisk, let it be the fire that wakes you up, that sharpens you, that drives you to take control of your destiny. Because the moment you turn pain into power, you stop surviving and start truly living. At some point, you've got to stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect chance, the perfect situation. Because that moment you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. Life doesn't pause for you to get ready. The world keeps moving, and if you don't take control, you get left behind. Taking full ownership means you stop pointing fingers. You stop saying, it's their fault, or they don't support me, or I didn't get my shot. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to hand you your dream. The only one who can change your life is you. The moment you realize that, you shift from victim to victor. Too many people are living in blame mode. They blame the system, the economy, their parents, their boss, their friends. But blaming doesn't change anything. Blaming keeps you stuck in the same place, repeating the same story. You've got to decide that you're done giving away your power. Every time you blame, you hand your control to someone else. You say, they're the reason I'm not where I want to be. No, the reason is that you haven't taken control. You haven't owned your part. You can't change the world around you, but you can always change what's within you. Ownership is about taking full responsibility for your choices, your actions, your attitude. It's about saying, no matter what happens, I'm in control of how I respond. That's power. When you own your life, you stop waiting for opportunity, you create it. You stop asking for permission, you give yourself permission. You stop waiting for signs, you become the sign. And that's the mindset that separates those who live in regret from those who live with results. You've got to understand that nobody owes you success. Nobody owes you consistency, discipline, or focus. That's on you. You want control, then take it. Stop letting your emotions drive your decisions. Stop letting fear keep you comfortable. Stop letting doubt write your story. The moment you take responsibility, everything starts to change. You realize your circumstances don't define you, your choices do. You start looking at problems differently. You stop saying, why is this happening to me? And start saying, what can I do with this? That's what ownership looks like. It's not about control over everything, it's about control over yourself. When you take control, you stop waiting for someone to open a door for you, you build your own. You stop hoping people notice you, you make sure your work speaks loud enough that they can't ignore you. You stop wishing things were easier, you get stronger. Because once you understand that life is your responsibility, you stop wasting time trying to change people and start investing that energy into changing you. And listen, taking control doesn't mean everything will go perfectly. You're still going to fail, you're still going to stumble, but the difference is when you own it, you learn from it. You grow from it. You don't hide behind excuses. You face the truth and keep moving, because control isn't about being perfect, it's about being accountable. When you take full responsibility, even your losses work in your favor, because they teach you something that success never could. So, stop waiting, stop blaming, stop hoping someone will fix it for you. It's your life, your dream, your journey. You've got everything you need inside you to turn it around, but it starts with ownership. The moment you decide to take full control, you stop existing and start living on purpose.